Hey, what's up, Galaxy Gang? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're playing against Traptrix. Yeah, so I'll be going first. So I'm gonna be starting off with Foolish Burial, Galaxy Eyes, Photon Dragon, Galaxy 100, Galaxy Wizard, and Wilchumi Fuelos. So not bad. This is 3 starters, so this can get past 2 hand traps and can create a board. Yeah, so my opponent, he has Gravedigger's Trap Hole, Traptrix Mantis, Traptrix Arachna Campa, Evenly Match, and Traptrix Mantis. So yeah, we're gonna go to main phase 1. Alright, so I'm going to start off with Galaxy 100. So we're gonna send the Photon Jumper, use the effect, so now I can add Galaxy Trance to hand. Yeah, I believe this is a correct play, because if they do have Droll Lockbird, I can just, normal summon Galaxy Wizard, make it level 8, use Foolish Burial to send the Photon Emperor to the grave, summon it back, overlay both monsters into a Photon Lord, use Galaxy Trance to special summon the Photon Jumper and Summoner from my from my deck, and then link both off to go into a Soul Flare, and Soul Flare can have that Photon Jumper. So that's still 2 interruptions against a Droll Lockbird. Not the best, but you'll still be able to put up something, and then with follow-up as well too. So yeah. And so my opponent doesn't have the Droll Lockbird, so I use Foolish Burial, sending the Photon Emperor, using the effect to special summon it back. Now I'm going to normal summon the Galaxy Wizard, use the effect to make it level 8. And yeah, I was thinking, and I'm overlaying into a Photon Lord. So this is the incorrect play. What I should have done was use Galaxy Wizard's effect to tribute itself to add a Galaxy Summoner, and then use Summoner to special summon back the Wizard. I might show you guys how I would have done this differently, because the combo I'm about to do can only get you to like 3 interruptions. This one, I think I was just like way too overly cautious about like any hand trap that my opponent might have. But yeah, I think my opponent would have used one by now already. But yeah, I'll show you guys later on in the video like what I should have done better. But yeah, so I go into a Photon Lord. I use Galaxy Trance to pay 2,000 life points to special summon the Photon Jumper. Okay. Alright, special summoning also the Galaxy Summoner from the deck. I link both monsters off. I go into a Soul Flare. Soul Flare's effect activates, targeting the Galaxy Summoner, so I bring it back to my hand. I use the second normal summon to summon the Galaxy Summoner, use the effect to special summon the Photon Jumper. Okay, overlay both monsters and go into a Galaxy Photon Dragon, use the effect to detach, so now I can add Eternal Galaxy to hand. So that way, I can have access to either number 38 or to a Tachyon Dragon, and then just use Photon Lord to add the Primal. Yeah, so I pass turn. My opponent draws to a Parallel Exceed. So he goes to, standby phase first. So I activate Eternal Galaxy, changing my Galaxy Photon Dragon into, so I target this first. Yeah, reason why I did this one first is I just wanted to see if my opponent had like Dominus Impulse or something to stop that. Because if that was the case, I could just use Photon Lord to add follow-up instead. And instead of going into a Tachyon Primal. So yeah, I change Photon Lords, and I can add Tachyon Primal to hand. Okay, then I overlay, then I special summon the Tachyon Dragon from the extra deck. Use Tachyon Primal's effect to special summon itself, so now I can special summon it to the field. Use the effect to add a Tachyon Transmigration, so now I have 3 interruptions. So a Monster Pop, Monster Negate, as well as a... Alright guys, I'm going to show you like what I should have done game 1. So yeah, of course, Foolish Burial first, sending the Photon Dragon, I'm sorry, not Photon Dragon, the Photon Jumper to grave, using the effect to add a Galaxy Trance to hand. So my opponent does have a Droll. That should be fine. I can still put up 2 interruptions. Then we will use Galaxy 100, so we can send the Photon Emperor to grave, use its effect to special summon itself back to the field because we have Photon Jumper in graveyard. Alright, now we're going to normal summon the Wizard, Tribute Wizard. Yeah, so this is what's going to be different. Before I went Wizard, made it level 8. I think you should still try to make it level 8 just to see if your opponent is going to have, like, an interruption or something. Or just, like, burn an interruption on the Wizard. But, yeah, so we're going to Tribute the Wizard, add the Galaxy Summoner, use the other normal summon, to normal summon the Summoner, special summoning back Photon Jumper. Yeah, so this is 4 summons, and then we're going to overlay the Summoner and the Jumper. And we're going to make a Photon Dragon. So this is the 5th summon. If your opponent has Nib, that's fine. You go Galaxy Trance, summoning back the Photon Emperor and Afterglow. You overlay both monsters. You go into a Cypher Dragon, detach the Afterglow, take the Nib. Afterglow's effect activates, special summoning a Photon Dragon. You can banish a card from your opponent's extra deck. You can link off the token in the Nibiru monster, and go into a Soul Flare. Soul Flare will add back the Afterglow. Use Afterglow's effect to special summon it to the field. And you can overlay both the Afterglow and the Photon Emperor to a Photon Lord. So you effectively got rid of the Nib on your opponent's field, and you still have 2 interruptions. So that's how you do it. But yeah, let's continue. So yeah, we're gonna use Photon Dragon's effect, detaching the summoner. We want to keep the jumper underneath, just for next turn, just to add more cards. So now you can add the Galaxy Soldier to hand. You're gonna pitch the Photon Dragon to special summon the Soldier, and then you're gonna do Soldier Chainlink 1, Photon Dragon Chainlink 2 to make it level 8. So now we can add a, let's see. In this scenario, I guess you would add yeah, I guess you can add Tachyon Primal to hand. Okay. Your opponent shouldn't have like any more plays. So yeah, you're just gonna overlay both monsters. Go into the Photon Lord just in case. I'm gonna special summon the Primal to the field. Use the effect to add a counter trap to hand. So we're going to add the Tachyon Transmigration to hand. We're going to link off both the Photon Dragon and the Primal to a Soul Flare. So Soul Flare can use its effect. So now let's just add back Photon Jumper to hand. And now, last but not least, we can use Galaxy Trance. So yeah, you just, pay 2,000 life points. And then you can special summon the Photon Dragon from the graveyard, as well as Afterglow from the deck. And you can banish a card from your opponent's extra deck, overlay both monsters, and you can go into a number 38. And you can just set Tachyon Transmigration, and yeah. So that would be, so basically that's about 4 interruptions. You can still use Photon Lord's effect, so you can add like, Galaxy spell card to hand that's like dead, so maybe like Galaxy 100. So that way, your Soul Flare is live just in case you need to use it. But yeah, that's 4 interruptions. That's what I should have done game 1. Instead, I had just, Soul Flare of Lord and Tachyon Transmigration. Okay, so he goes straight into the battle phase, uses the evenly match. I use Tachyon Transmigration to negate that. Main phase 2, he normal summons the Traptrix Mantis using the effect. I immediately go Photon Lord to negate and destroy that. He chains the Arachnocampa from his hand. So yeah, this card says like during the main phase, if you control a Traptrix monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn. Yeah, but he was trying to use the Traptrix Mantis to add a Traptrix monster from his deck to his hand. Yeah, I was not gonna let that happen. Once that resolves, once the Arachnocampa resolves, I immediately use Galaxy Eyes Soulfare Dragon to discard a Photon Dragon to pop his monster. And yep, that's all she wrote. Yeah, so now we go on to a game 2. Okay, and my opponent will be going first this time. Alright, so let's see. So I open Infinity Dragon, Photon Delta Wing, Ash Blossom, Galaxy 100, Photon Delta Wing. Hand's kind of mid, but I guess it's not too bad. Like against a trap deck, Ash Blossom should be able to do something against that. So he won't be able to get to his engine. My opponent opens Songs of the Dominators, Traptrix Holotua, Parallel Exceed, Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare, and Time Space Trap Hole. Okay, so he goes into main phase 1. So he sets the Traptrix Holotua using the effect, so he can discard a normal trap card, and that way he can special summon this card as a normal monster. So that's what he's going to do. Links it off into a Traptrix Sarah. Okay, now he's going to use the Parallel Exceed in the hand to special summon itself. And then when it's special summon, he can special summon another Parallel Exceed. I immediately Ash Blossom that. I'm not going to let him get to, I think they go into that Rafflesia or whatever. And that's going to be too much. Okay, so he doesn't know what else to do. He's thinking. So yeah, I knew he was going to go into like a SP Little Knight. Okay, so he uses the SP Little Knight to banish my Ash Blossom from the grave. He's going to set both the Traptrix Trap Hold Nightmare and the Songs of the Dominator, and he's going to pass turn. Okay, so now it's my turn, and we draw into a Ash Blossom again. So, guess that's not too bad. I can stop his follow-up. I think the traps, I'm not too worried about the trap cards. Also not worried about the SP Little Knight, because I can just beat that with Infinity Dragon by itself. And the other two traps I don't care too much about because I have Delta Wing and Galaxy 100, so I should be able to like get past like the two traps as well. So okay, standby phase. Okay, he uses the Holatua, so he can banish it from the graveyard to special summon a Traptrix monster from his grave. Okay, all right, and now we go main phase 1. I use Infinity Dragon's effect first to special summon it to the field, special summoning the Afterglow from the deck in defense position. Alright, and yeah, immediately go battle phase. I just want to get rid of this SP Little Knight. Not trying to, like, play around anything else. Okay, so yeah, we're going to beat over the SP Little Knight. Alright, main phase 2. Okay. I immediately go to overlay. Yeah, immediately go to overlay into Shadow Dragon. I'm trying to think if that was the correct play. Maybe I should have went Photon Delta Wing first. Just to bait out something. But I know it's a trap deck, so I don't know what traps they run. Maybe they could run Torrential Tribute. I don't know. They could also have like Daruma Cannon. But yeah, I know like Torrential Tribute hasn't been used in like years or like decades. But you don't know what traps they have. So I was just like, let me just bait out one card with the Shadow Dragon. Like I maybe it's like an Imperm or something. Yeah, because this card can like do a lot, by itself. Like it can do like 3 things pretty much. Like it can add a card, it can summon a monster from the extra deck, and also special summon a Photon Dragon. So that's 3 things that this card can do just by being on the field. So yeah, so I activate the Shadow Dragon's effect. He immediately uses the Traptrix Trap Hold Nightmare. So when a monster that was special summoned this turn activates its effect, he can negate that effect and destroy the monster. So that's unfortunate. But I mean, that's fine. I'm trying to think like what can I do here, because I took out Eternal Galaxy and I also took out Tachyon Transmigration, so it's not gonna really do much. But yeah, he tries to go Traptrix Sarah to special summon a Traptrix monster from his deck. I immediately go Ash Blossom. Like I'm not gonna let that happen. Okay. Now I normal summon the Photon Delta Wing, use the effect. Okay, he immediately chains Songs of the Dominators. So if you have no monsters in the grave, you can activate this card from your hand. When your opponent activates a monster effect in the field, negate that effect, and if you do have a trap in grave, you can add 1 Dominus card from your deck to your hand, which is unfortunate. Okay. Alright. So he added the Dominus Purge to hand. Alright, so I immediately go Galaxy 100, so now I can send the Photon Emperor from my deck to the grave. Use Photon Emperor's effect to special summon itself back to the field. Alright, he lets that go. That's fine. I now normal summon the Photon Delta Wing in my hand, so using the extra normal summon, use the effect to special summon from the deck. Yep. And my opponent is saying, can you let me respond? And I'm like, I didn't want to say anything, but it's like, dude, the only interruption you have is Dominus Purge. Like, what are you doing, brother? Like, that's your only interruption. So I'm like you have no other plays. This guy. Anyway. He's like, fine, okay. Yeah, you can tell he's a little tilted. Anyway, so we overlay both monsters, and yeah, he just scoops. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the replay. Yeah, game 1, I should have played a lot better. Even though I won the game, you can still look through film and stuff, see what you could have done better. Game 1, I could have went into 4 interruptions and still protect myself from Nibiru. But yeah, we won the game, and yeah, that should be it. As always, guys, let me know in the comments like what you think, what I should improve on, and yeah, that's it. Peace.